Hey guys, welcome to Gray Matter Gains. I'm Alex Peterson.
And I'm Cole Wickham.
So what are we talking about today? I know we got
Uh,
a couple good articles we
yeah.
want to go over as
Yeah.
like an introduction, a warm up for the brain, and then we want to get into
To fitness and
what.
to how cardio may actually be killing your fat loss.
Okay. So do you want to start like with your? Go ahead and start with your article.
So I actually I just stumbled upon an article that I ended up reading this past week, and it was talking about how if American workers were to be paid for the amount of productivity increase that has gone on over the past 10 15 years, however many years, right, since the minimum wage increase,
which one?
right that they would actually be getting paid $23 an hour.
$23 an hour. I would love to get paid $23 an hour.
Yeah,
but I don't know about you, man. I am not worth $23 an hour at my current job.
No, I would have to agree with you. I don't think that my current position is worth $23 an hour. I'm going to be real honest.
We should get paid $23 an hour for this podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't know about like my actual job currently.
No, I think my current job, I'm actually probably getting paid more than I should be.
I'm overstaying my welcome at my job now.
And like, don't get me wrong, right? Like, obviously, we want as much
money
as possible.
Pay me now as much as possible. But
it's not realistic. And actually, just recently, my current job hiked up the minimum wage, and now they're cutting hours like crazy, right? They're firing people like crazy. So it's just not. It's not reliable. It's not.
It's not a long term. Yeah, it's not a long term solution. But
right.
Mine is the opposite situation at my work. We're just underpaid to begin with and overworked, arguably. Not $23 an hour overworked, but still, what we're doing is more difficult than what we're paid, especially compared to like we look at your guys' company,
right?
And we're like, what the hell are we doing?
Right?
What are you guys doing? And that's like, that's why I recently had a job interview because of it.
Yeah.
And there's another like big time assistant that is also leaving at the same time. So hopefully my current employer doesn't listen to us.
I mean, hey,
they don't know technically who I am. I guess
they probably won't. Yeah.
He probably won't. He barely knows the internet.
I mean, no, I definitely think that as a whole, right, like a small business would probably have an easier time with increasing minimum wage, just from the standpoint of if you're in a big corporation and they increase the minimum wage, there's so many workers that you have to then hike minimum wage for that it's just not sustainable for your business.
Well, it's way more easy to take care of 10 employees, pay them well, keep them well entertained at your job as a manager, versus if you're running a giant store or a giant business, there's no way you're gonna be able to keep up with 1,000 employees and make sure that they're all well paid.
No, yeah, and I mean, like obviously, if you're running a small business, like your business is predicated on the fact that you're providing good quality, like material or whatever. Your product is worth what people are paying for, right?
Yeah. Well,
that's the only way you make it in a small business.
Well, and not only that, but like a lot of small businesses rely really heavily on their community.
Yeah.
So like making sure that those young teenagers or the people in your community that work for you, it's important to make sure that you have a reputation of taking care of them.
Right, and that's not to say that big businesses don't have to build up a reputation, right?
But like, it's a different circumstances.
Yeah, it's not as important to them that they, keep the 10 customers that are loyal customers to them because they have thousands and thousands of people that are going there every day, and
just way different expectations too.
Right. Yeah, they're not hitting the same target community that a small business would be.
But do they say in this article like how this is a thing,
How is that thing?
Yeah, like how can they justify $23 an hour?
Yeah, they were just saying that like basically the productivity. I guess somehow you can measure productivity,
but like, how can you
but
do that on so many different businesses and like
I
they
don't
did
think
it
I
as
don't think
it's very generalistic. Like,
well, right.
like
Well, and you think about like even like just regular like minimum wage cashiers, right? Like back then, you didn't have the computers that would be beep boop bopping it out for you, right?
yeah,
And these people would actually have to count out your money.
yeah,
Whereas people today don't even know how to count money. So
yeah, or like doing an order or something,
right,
like ordering groceries. And now like
yeah,
everything's like online shopping is huge now.
yeah, because I
So
mean, and that's just in the past 20 years, right?
not even that's in the past 20 months that like online shopping has become such a big thing. But like with stores and stuff.
Well,
I mean, Amazon,
Amazon's been huge,
yeah,
but I guess they were really the first of their kind,
yeah.
too. I mean, that's why they
Well, and yeah, talk about productivity. They have literally robots driving around all their product,
right.
which is
Right, because
wild.
it's a simple job. They're not needing to
Yeah,
pay $23 an
yeah. When you
hour
can
for
just
someone to put boxes up.
yeah, they just program some fucking machine to do it for them. Yeah.
Right, and it's not. I mean, that could lead into like robots taking over and stuff like that.
Ah,
I
that's
don't
all
know.
right. That yeah, but you know what? That just provides different opportunities
Right,
for smart people. Like somebody has to program those robots.
right,
That's why technology is such a booming industry right now.
yeah, and those people aren't going to get paid 23 an hour.
They're gonna get way more than
Yeah,
that.
because they're making the robots that are replacing the 23 an hour jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because no company is going to want to pay 23 an hour for 40 hours a week.
Exactly.
That's too much money when you can just buy a $5,000 robot and have it paid off within
Yeah.
a certain amount of time. That's not
I mean, I'm sure a lot of R&D went into that. That probably cost them millions.
Oh, probably.
But it's Amazon, so
Yeah, they're
drop in a bucket.
Yeah, that's pocket change.
Yeah.
I wish I had that pocket change.
Yeah. Nothing like some Jeff Bezos pocket change. More than the worth of my entire life. Organs included.
So this is another article that I read, funnily enough, and it was talking about Elon Musk and how much money he makes, and it is more beneficial for him to keep walking than if he dropped $100 bill to pick it up, because he makes more money
by just
per
being,
second than
being.
than it would take for him to pick it up. He's losing money if he picks up the $100.
That is astounding. Although him being around for a second is also like, if you spend 5 seconds, which it shouldn't take 5 seconds to pick up $100 bill,
right?
He's still getting paid for that 5 seconds. So
right,
I mean, it's technically not.
But you could argue, I guess, the time that he's wasting picking it up, he could have been doing something productive. I mean, you can't really do much productive in 5 seconds
while you're walking. Yeah.
Right, but
that is wild, though.
Yeah, but the premise was that he's making more money.
Yeah.
Than he would be to just pick up.
Well, and he just bought like 20% of Twitter, so like
I think it was like 10%.
10%.
Yeah, I think it was
only 10% of
majority
Twitter.
Majority stakeholder.
Oh Lord, he's a whale of Twitter.
I guess we'll see what he does to change it. I'll kind of be interested to see like the kind of changes he has, because he set out a poll on it.
Well, yeah, but he's probably gonna do the same crap he does now, where he posts like anime memes and a bunch of garbage. He like shit posts on Twitter. It's nuts. He's an actual icon. I love Elon Musk for that kind of reason.
Because he posts anime.
Yeah, well, not even the anime.
He changes the cryptosphere in every post that he makes.
Yeah, What kind of He's literally like one heartbreak away from becoming the ultimate villain that we couldn't stop.
That's true. Yeah.
But he's too robotic to do it. Yeah. Elon Musk is sick though, just because.
No, he's
imagine crap posting on Twitter and having it change the economy. It's wild.
Yeah, that is some serious power.
Yeah, that is dangerous.
I mean, that is dangerous power. Like you gotta.
Yeah. Although
that's a powerful man.
Yeah, but it is cool how he I respect how he uses very new ways of marketing.
Yeah.
Like shooting a car out into space.
Yeah.
Is a wild concept. But that's just the kind of crap that new generations respond really well to.
Well, yeah, and whether you agree with this like politics or not, right?
Like, yeah, well, that's you can debate on politics or whatever for decades.
His method of marketing and all of that is
borderline genius. It has
so
to.
Good. It's so good.
Or the not a flamethrower. Like what other guy is going to release a flamethrower to the public? It's not even that expensive. Excuse me. It's not even that expensive. It's like $500.
No, yeah.
You can buy.
Just go buy a flamethrower.
It's less than a Glock, and it's a flamethrower. That's sick.
I don't know if there's an age limit on that either. Do you know if there's an age limit?
I don't know. I don't know how they even what they used, what category they put it in, because it's not
toy. It's a toy.
I mean, it is. It's basically like just a large butane torch.
Yeah.
But like, it's not technically a flamethrower. It's a grill. It's a grill. And then like burning some sausages on the old flamethrower.
It's to start your fire up.
Yep, something like that.
Just a lighter.
Big lighter.
A giant lighter.
Yeah, but that's marketing genius. That's another thing that I like about Dodge. Like, I don't necessarily like. I mean, I like Dodge products. Current, they do a good job, but they also just have the most like shotgun approach to marketing.
Yeah,
they're just like, we'll just throw a 700 horsepower engine in, like,
and it works.
Because
who doesn't want a 700 horsepower?
Who doesn't? Yeah.
I just saw a Jeep that had a Hellcat engine in it today.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and my mom was like, "Why would anyone want that?" And I was like, "Because why not?"
Because why not? That sounds. A Wrangler with that much power in it is. Wait, was it a Cherokee or was it? It was a Cherokee. Oh, so it was a Trackhawk.
Yeah,
those are sick, and they're like 100K, which isn't like ridiculous.
Well, no,
it's not unfathomable. It's not like
for an SUV that
it's pretty unfathomable for like
hold your children with 700 horsepower.
You mean launches your children into the trunk with?
That's not a bad thing.
No, but like just I appreciate badassery in like marketing and stuff. I think it's just smart.
Right.
And that's the kind of stuff that new generations really respond to.
No, yeah. I mean, there's our generation just for some reason is just into some weird weird stuff.
They're just extreme with everything. They just like it as intense as possible. That's why TikTok's so big.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not on TikTok, but
Oh, well, I use TikTok, and like, if you use TikTok the way I do, it's very intense.
On TikTok for this podcast.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm going to make one eventually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you are listening in the off chance, eventually,
like 7 followers.
Yeah. I don't even think it's 7 followers. It's just like 7 watches. Yeah. Us. Yeah. Look out for the TikTok. It's going to be Gray Matter Gains or GMG Media, something along those lines. It's gonna be verified. It'll be verified.
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah, and then so really super duper smooth transition into my topic,
right?
Because we're cruising along 12 minutes. It's not bad for a warm up.
Yeah.
So I was looking into this article about power posing.
Power
posing, which is an incredible buzzword. So in 2012, so I'm really outdated on this.
That's okay.
But a school professor, Amy Cuddy?
Amy?
Yeah, something like that. She had a TED Talk talking about the benefits of power posing. So essentially, it's doing a superhero pose to boost your confidence, like short-term wise. So
like the Superman, like the comics pose.
Yeah, like you put your hands on your hips, you look up into the sky, you puff your chest out, and we're a fitness podcast, so if you have a big chest, that obviously helps.
Right.
But you do that power pose, and then it gives you kind of a sense of confidence that you wouldn't normally have.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was a significant amount. Obviously.
I mean, I can kind of talk this because I did recently have an interview,
right? And
I didn't power pose. I think power posing is a little strong-handed. Yeah. You look like a quack if you do that.
You're standing outside,
but like standing up more, looking straight up. Yeah. They say wearing pink makes you look more confident. I didn't have a pink shirt. I'm not a huge fan, but that's what they say.
Wearing pink, huh?
Yeah, I don't know, but
interesting.
Yeah, I guess you're not supposed to wear like dark colors either. It makes you look like deceiving psychologically.
Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense. Although dark does make you look slimmer too.
Yeah.
So like if you wear black, then like you'll actually look slimmer than you are.
Neither one of us are fat, so I don't think we're. If anything, we need to look bigger.
I mean, yeah. That's
always wear a tight shirt. Although I will say, a tight black shirt. Like I'm wearing kind of one now.
Yeah.
Always looks good on the arms, or like a navy blue.
Yeah.
That might be different if you're a different skin tone from us, but we're pretty pale.
We're white.
Either, yeah. So the difference in colors helps. Back to the article I was talking about. So she mentions, what is it?
That's interesting.
She uses the term nudge.
Nudge.
Nudge a lot. Actually, there's a lot. So self nudges or small tweaks in your body language and mindset that can produce psychological and behavioral improvements in the moment.
It's just confidence building.
Yeah.
It's really, just confidence building.
And another thing I can talk about, like if you've ever noticed, whenever we go to parties or any time where I need to have more confidence, I put on a hat. Yeah. And I put it backwards, typically.
Yeah.
Because just
not that you look good like
no,
that,
but I just I throw on that like douchey persona. Yeah. And that, douchebags have lots of confidence. Yeah. So if I emulate that to some degree,
that could also be to the detriment of them.
Well, 100%. Have you ever seen me like when I'm drinking? I have zero judgment. I'm a goon. So, and maybe if I took the backwards hat off, maybe flipped it front, right, I'd go dad mode.
There you go.
It's entirely possible. You do those little nudges and it can really thank you. That's very wholesome. And okay. Where do I go with that one?
Honestly,
I believe that I would be a good father. I don't know what that has to, especially if I gave myself those certain nudges, those
if you Superman posed,
if I gave myself those quote body and mind nudges to be a better father and not be a deadbeat or something. Maybe that's the whole deal. If you
the whole reason that we have deadbeat dads is because they're not posing.
Well, and they're probably wearing stuff like wife beaters, cargo shorts that are way too big.
Yeah.
Marble reds. So obviously that's going to psychologically make you probably a
less confident person.
A deadbeat.
Yeah. You're not going to be confident and thus deadbeat.
What's the difference? If you don't have confidence, you are a deadbeat.
Yeah.
So just throw your hat on backwards, you need do confidence. A superhero pose, and you're good.
You need confidence to do anything. Yeah. You need confidence to walk outside even every day, dude.
I mean, yeah. Oh, another transition to another article we read. Go right into that low intensity depression or whatever, or low functioning depression.
The low functioning, or it was high functioning.
Yeah, well, I mean, there has to be polarity to it.
Well, okay, so high functioning depression, I guess, is where you
can brush your teeth and go outside without
where you're functioning, but you're depressed, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't to poke fun at people who have depression or anything like that, right? This is just an article I read. But I didn't know this. I didn't know that they categorized depression into high functioning or low functioning.
Right? I thought it was just depression. You either got it or you don't. Right. That's what I would imagine.
That's what I thought. And apparently, you have these people who are so depressed that they actually are unable
They're like crippled.
Right. They are. They can't do just general everyday tasks and all that, which is really interesting because that depression is obviously growing, especially with COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah, just staying indoors more and staying in front of blue light for hours at a time probably doesn't help.
Yeah, and we'll obviously we'll talk about blue light and stuff like that probably in later podcasts.
And more importantly, red light.
Yeah, more importantly, red light, because it's an interesting study.
That is a very interesting thing.
And we would encourage people who haven't looked up red or blue light stuff to look into it. But that'll be a later podcast.
Yeah, obviously.
But no, it was really interesting, and I didn't know that there were different stages of depression within depression.
That's pretty wild. Yeah. Always learning new things.
I mean, that's what you got to do. Gray matter gains, baby.
Gray matter gains. Self shout out right there in the middle.
Self shout out.
So I guess back to confidence and working out, improving our physiques to improve our confidence. Right. That should be the first step with somebody with, I guess, the high functioning. Get into the gym. Change yourself,
Yeah, gym is a huge booster of confidence.
Yeah.
If you go into the gym and you obviously there's hurdles to jump through within the gym, right? But if you can get into the gym and you can get a solid workout in, that's been statistically proven to already be a confidence booster.
Oh yeah, that's why I got into weightlifting and training. Yeah, 100%. In the middle of, I think it was my senior year, confidence all time low. Got into that gym, confidence not an all time high, but a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean that's good.
Yeah, especially at the gym that I was going to at the time. It was mostly feeble people.
Oh yeah,
small.
That really helped you out.
Yeah, the moms,
all the elderly nursing home people that are
in the gym. You go in there as like an 18-year-old kid stunting on the old
all
folks.
The 96-year-old people who have been through like Vietnam and
curling like 20s at the time, looking like a baller.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
For reps, baby. 20s for reps.
Wow. You were
really
going off.
Gaining. Yeah. But so I guess the whole point of us starting today's podcast, our subject was cardio.
Yeah, today's podcast is going to be how cardio actually, funnily enough, can be killing your gains, and we're going to kind of talk about that in its whole, so to speak. So I guess I'll start off by saying, like cardio obviously has its place in weightlifting. Don't get us wrong.
100%, like, yeah.
We're not saying that cardio is terrible for you and you should never do it, right?
Yeah.
What we are saying is that cardio in and of itself, if your sole purpose is to lose weight,
that's the worst way.
Yeah. Cutting calories and starting cardio is the worst way to lose weight, period. Pardon.
Yeah, no.
And it's the biggest lie told to, I think, almost everyone in the fitness industry.
I don't even know if it's like I don't even know where it's coming from, though. Because, like, especially with the internet and stuff, you go through all the fitness pages, nobody says do an hour and 45 minutes of cardio every day. But yet you still see people doing that kind of cardio.
Right.
Like, where's it coming from? Are they just like, they're just like, okay, run.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's always marketed as like it's this huge thing that can lose weight and stuff, and like you're burning all these calories when you're doing it and all that stuff, and that's just simply not true.
No, you literally burn. I mean, it's very efficient as compared, like, while you're doing it compared to, like, we do a lot of weightlifting,
right?
And in the moment, cardio is more effective at burning calories, or typically you burn sugars, but like that in turn is calories. But like overall, your body changes so much more from doing weightlifting and strength training, heavy resistance training, or maybe not heavy. It depends on your experience level. But
yeah, and
doing that strength training, bar none, way better than just cranking out an hour of cardio.
Yeah, and there's there's lots of studies now that are showing that your resistance training, a regular everyday resistance training, or a hard resistance training, right? So you go into the gym and you really
pushing yourself,
then that actually has the same cardiovascular effects as it would if you ran an hour on the treadmill.
Yeah, if you do a drop set of like lunges or what are those things called? Like, I forget the name.
Bulgarian split squats.
Bulgarians. Yeah, you do a set of Bulgarian split squats and try not to die.
Right.
Try not to be breathing so hard. Right. Like that you taste your saliva,
And especially with legs too, because legs are you
use so many muscles.
The core of your body.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah,
many of those large muscles in there. There's no way you can't. Or like doing a set of 20 for squats, doing barbell. Oh my God, you're actually you're dead. You're physically incapacitated.
Yeah, you can't.
You think hits hard? Do high rep squats.
No, yeah, and so I guess to kind of explain this, we'll try and think about it like this, right? So you go into the gym and you go and you run your hour on the treadmill.
Yeah.
Right. Here's what you're doing. Here's what your body's thinking. All right. Your body's thinking, okay, I need to run for a long period of time and I need to be really efficient at it.
Yeah. So that's where like your body starts to drop weight. It uses those.
And because that is efficient. Your body is a survival expert. Your body knows what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go run an hour on the treadmill every day, your body's going to say, all right, I need to not only be able to run a long distance, but I need to be able to do it extremely efficiently because this is something that I'm going to continue to do every day.
Yeah.
And coupling that with cutting calories, then your body's really saying, I'm not even getting the fuel to do this. So I need to make it really efficient.
And then you start burning up like that. You'll see people drop so much muscle weight.
Yeah.
Doing that. And they'll still look like blobs, they'll still look like garbage.
Because it's muscle that they're dropping and not the fat, because the fat is what the body needs to even function.
Yeah.
Because muscle actually eats all of your calories.
Yeah, it's naturally anabolic.
Right. And that's the reason that people go into the gym and they say, I want to go run an hour, is because they're like, okay, all these other people have lost weight, but it's all muscle weight.
Yeah, you're just
right?
you're losing weight. People need to focus on losing fat, not weight.
Right.
Very big difference there.
No, there's a huge difference. And that's why if you look anywhere, right, and this is even just a simple Google search, cardiovascular activity for longer periods of time, right? So I'm talking 30 minutes, 30 minutes or over, is a catabolic thing. It's inhibiting your body's ability and your metabolism's ability to burn calories.
Yeah.
Which means that you're not going to be able to burn as many calories a day, right?
Yeah.
Which means that you're not going to be burning off the calories that you're eating.
Mm-hmm. Well, and like speaking from a purely like somebody who is, they've never done any kind of resistance training. They've never done really a whole lot of training. Pretty, relatively unathletic person.
Right.
But they want to lose fat. They want to lose weight. They want to look better. They want to be more confident. They want to power pose and be a stud. Okay. You would be better off probably eating in surplus and weightlifting 3 to 4 days a week than you would be to be in a deficit and just doing cardio.
Right. So
because you build those muscles, those are naturally anabolic. That's going to burn more calories, and that's not even talking about just the like hormonal balance that'll happen afterwards.
Right, and you got to think long term too, right? Because this isn't just something you want to lose for 2 weeks and then gain back, right?
So if you're beach body people,
right? If you're not at 3,000 calories a day or 2,500 calories a day, then you're already on the lower end of the caloric spectrum of where you need to be.
I mean, depending on your age,
right? Depending on your age and all that stuff, but just in general, a healthy, fit,
6 foot tall-ish person,
6 foot tall man, or even
3,000 calories for a woman would be pretty high, but
2,000 calories for a woman is pretty good.
And, it's pretty decent.
And if you're already down, right? So if you're only eating 1,500 calories a day, right?
Unimaginable.
And then you're like, I want to drop weight, but then so you cut calories down to 1,000 calories a day, and you're starting to do cardio.
Yeah, your body's gonna get so broken down.
It's so broken, and you can't go up in calories because then you'll just gain fat.
Yeah.
Because your body can't metabolize the calories that are coming in. So what you need to be doing is you need to go into the gym. You need to resistance train for strength for 2, 3 days, 4 days a week.
Yeah. I mean, starting out, obviously, anything is better than nothing.
Right.
Starting
so
out.
Even if you can hit 1 day a week, right? Obviously, that's going to be better than nothing. But if you go into the gym, right, and you're telling your body, I need to build strength and I need the muscle.
It'll do it.
Right? That is anabolic, and that's going to burn more calories than your cardiovascular activity would have, because your cardiovascular activity is catabolic.
Yeah.
And so it's actually slowing down your metabolism. And this is what most people and even some personal trainers won't tell you, is that if you want to go and you want to live out the rest of your life as someone who can eat on a regular basis whatever food they want, in general,
good food,
right?
like good food you actually enjoy,
quality food that you want to eat,
no salads or all that BS.
right, no green stuff.
No, I mean, a little green stuff is good for micronutrients, but forget it for like an actual meal. I put my salad on my sandwiches. That's the right way to do it.
No, but if you go and you say, look, we need to burn more calories, then obviously what we'll need to do is go into the gym. And once you go into the gym, then you start doing strength training. And the strength training will build the muscle, causing you to burn more calories. And that will then affect you in the long term because you'll be able to continually burn more calories.
Yeah.
So, in summary, if you want to lose weight, right, and that is your sole purpose, your sole purpose is to lose weight, you're not going to want to go into the gym and slow down your metabolism even more by doing cardio and dropping your calories. What you're going to want to do is you're going to go into the gym You're going to do strength training. You're going to build your metabolism, so eat in a calorie surplus, and that will increase your metabolism. And when you hit, that 2,200 calorie mark, that 2,500 calorie mark, then you can drop down your calories while maintaining your strength training.
Well, and not only that, but like once you're eating, if you're eating a sufficient amount and you're eating the right enough, good foods, whole foods, protein, carbs, fats, all your good macros, you're going to feel so much better from strength training than you will from just busting out hours of cardio.
Right.
Like burning 2,000 calories a week on just cardio versus burning, 400 or 500 throughout a whole day from strength training. Because, as your body rebuilds and repairs itself, you're going to burn more calories just from doing that. You're going to feel so much better because the pump always feels good. And also, you're not going to be so run down from running.
Right. Because you're physically hurting your body endurance wise.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you're building your endurance if you're doing
cardio, it right, but
a lot of people don't even know how to run.
Yeah. Technique is a pretty important part when it comes to running too.
Right, and a lot of people don't consider that, right? Because they consider, hey, I need to go into the gym, and if I'm strength training, then obviously I need to fix my technique and fix all of this other stuff because strength training is so dangerous, right? Everyone thinks strength training is just the most dangerous.
You're gonna blow out your knee if you touch a squat bar.
Right, but nobody talks about that for cardio. Nobody says, hey, I need to learn the running technique, and I need to focus on running correctly before I actually go out and run. An hour on the treadmill.
Yeah, if you sit there flat stepping every time you go for a run, and all of a sudden my knee hurts, I don't know why.
Right, I'd probably because you're not running correctly. I mean, that's just something that people don't consider either, and that's another reason that we say, hey, look, if you're going to invest your time into something, then especially for fat loss, right, especially for fat loss, if you're going to invest your time into something, invest it in strength training, because 100%. That's going to build the muscle, which increases your metabolic need, right? It increases your metabolic maintenance, and that will in turn burn more calories, and it won't be muscle. It'll be fat.
Yeah, you'll burn fat and build muscle.
Right.
Because your body's going to use your glycogen stores as energy to build more muscle.
Right, and that's shredding the fat, and I mean, obviously, you have to keep your macros and stuff correct, and all that stuff. So eating is a huge portion of fat loss.
Can't even talk enough about getting your macros. You can't talk enough about it.
No, and
it's so important.
We could do countless episodes of podcasts on just macros
and my lack thereof. The gaps in the diet, but still.
Right. No, and there's so many different things that are talked about in terms of whether or not you should go and do fasted cardio or whatever. But the main point is that for weight loss and weight loss specific things, cardio is not and will not be the best system for you if you want to have a long-term fat loss approach.
Yeah.
Like if you want to lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks, and
goddamn,
well, yeah,
that's very ambitious.
That's pretty steep.
It's pretty steep. That's okay. Well, that's all day fasted cardio.
Right. Yeah.
Running yourself to death.
But for purpose of the analogy, right?
Yeah.
If you want to lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks, right? Obviously, you're not going to go do strength training because that's not going to do it as quickly as
if anything, actually, you're probably going to gain weight. Like you're not going to lose 20 pounds. You might gain a few pounds.
Right.
Because you're building more muscle, which is far more dense, far more heavier than fat. Even if you look better, you look more lean, you're still probably going to be gaining weight, which is, I mean, that's a good thing.
Which is fine. Yeah. Because ultimately,
pack on the pounds.
Yeah. Ultimately, it doesn't matter how much you weigh as long as you're
happy
fat percentage.
Well, and as long as you're happy with how you look and as long as you're improving.
Right. And as long as you're in a healthy BMI, then the scale doesn't matter. You could be 230 pounds, but you could be at a 15% BMI and be perfectly fine.
Well, and you mentioned BMI. That actually brings up a whole nother thing I wasn't even thinking about before this podcast, and that is it's far easier for somebody with a unhealthy BMI or a large amount of fat to go into the gym and move weights than it is for them to go for a run.
Right.
It is way harder for them to go physically move and run. It's way harder on your joints. It's way harder for the muscles, especially if you don't have that kind of stability.
Right. Or
to begin
the technique.
And the technique, yeah. You can't even really have the amount of technique. Like your thighs are too big to have good technique.
Right.
Whereas, you do a sumo squat, you got plenty of range of motion.
Right.
I mean, you can talk crap all day about sumo squat, but whatever.
We only talk about sumo deadlift. We only talk about sumo deadlift being cheating.
Oh my god, cheating. But yeah, it's way easier for them to go in, do a bench press or something, burn those calories, and also get way stronger for their body.
Right.
So, and lose that fat.
That was the goal. That was the goal of today's podcast, is essentially to just let people know that, hey, like, all these BS claims out there that are saying if you want to lose weight, you need to go do, an hour of walking a day,
crush all of
and
that cardio,
cut your calories down to like 1,000 calories a day. That's just unhealthy.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable. That's not something that you can do for an extended period of time.
No.
That's just unhealthy.
Yeah. The only time, I'll say it, I don't do enough cardio. That is definitely one thing that is a pretty large gap in my overall routine. But when I do cardio, I use it more as recovery. Yeah. I use it to feel better, to get back into the gym if I'm not feeling it. Or also, if I'm beat down, I need a rest day, I'll go for a walk. Right. Like, I do a lot of low intensity stuff. Like, we have a park that's pretty close to here. And there's lots of hills, different terrain. And I'll just throw some headphones on, go for a walk for an hour. And I'm fine with spending that much time to burn only 200 calories because I feel better, going up the hill.
Right, you're moving your muscles. You're
moving around.
You're not just sitting.
You're feeling your legs, And then also with work, I have a lot of steps too. So that, that helps with cardio. It's not overall all that big of a, a game changer, but I feel better for it. Right. I'm not just a tub of lard just sitting, I feel good moving.
Well, and if you're not getting the cardio, if you don't want to go run on the treadmill, right? If you don't want to go do that type of cardio,
I would rather kill myself than just run on a treadmill.
You can do cardio in the gym with weights. You can add supersets in.
Yeah.
You can do high intensity, low rest, like sets, and
do those high rep squats, baby.
You can do all these different things that are still cardio, and it's still beneficial to you, but
without
not running.
Yeah, without running on a loud treadmill watching Fox Business for an hour.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that. There's so many better versions of cardio.
Right, and that's like we said previously, cardio is not bad. Right. I think I can speak for both of us when I say we probably could add more cardio in.
100%. Yeah, right? Definitely.
But specifically for fat loss, cardio and cutting calories is not the proper way to do it.
No. Yeah, I purely do it just for, like, if you're an athlete, though, I could see the argument where you need to really be cranking up your HIIT or like your mobility focused type kinds of cardio. I mean, I'm not an athlete. I'm
not an athlete.
I'm a loser. I just work out to look good. I don't give a shit about actually being mobile. I mean, a little bit, just so I'm not crippled by the time I'm 50 or have a blown out knee or something.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I do low intensity stuff.
I've gotten really into mobility training as of recently.
Like stretching or
not stretching, but
moving sleds. Like what kind of?
I mean, moving sleds, yeah. And sleds are really good for you, which
we
can talk about in a different podcast.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing I really want to dive more into.
Yeah, mobility
sleds.
Training.
Yeah, well, sleds and like doing like reverse walking or like pulling the sleds.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. What's that workout called?
Pulling
a sled backwards. Yeah, yeah, it's really good for your knees, and I want to strengthen up my knees as much as possible.
Right.
Doing sleds is something I really want to get more into.
Right. And we'll obviously have podcast later on mobility and all this stuff. We have a lot of upcoming podcasts.
We gotta do more experience with the whole mobility exercises first, and then we'll get to that one.
Anyways, yeah. So that was kind of the podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and definitely rate us high on Spotify and
download on Spotify. I think that does really good for the algorithm. So
does it?
Yep. Pump that baby. I'm gonna download it.
All right.
Easy promotion. I'm gonna download that baby.
No, but so that was Gray Matter Gains.
That was Gray Matter Gains.
Follow us on Instagram. I'm at Gray Matter Cole.
I am graymatter.alex.
And follow Gray Matter Gains Media as well. We have a YouTube channel up and running as well.
Might be where you're seeing it.
Yeah, and that could be where you're listening to this. So that's just Gray Matter Gains. So we're hoping to kind of expand here in a bit. We're talking about TikTok and all of that stuff as well. So we're hoping to kind of push more quality content out for you guys and hoping to get the most amount of content out as possible.
And speaking of which, also feel free to DM at least me with any kind of feedback on any episodes,
right. On any feedback or questions or anything like that, because we are hoping to start kind of doing something like a Q&A.
Definitely.
And a Q&A episode or something.
Super easy content that way. Yeah.
Right, and we can kind of fill out some questions or have some people who contact us that just kind of are wanting some feedback on something. We can help you out. And
always down to improve our own podcast, our own content.
Right. Yeah. If you guys have any critiques of it, let us know and we can try and fit around that and do that as well. But we also have kind of somewhat of an announcement to make because we're going to be trying to come up with a workout plan here soon. Relatively soon. So that'll be hopefully available for you guys. I don't really know how we're gonna do that when we push it out, but we'll let you know. And
yeah, we're still getting the gears turning, so we'll see how long it takes to actually pump that baby out. But keep your eyes open as well.
Keep your eyes open for it, and obviously we'll let you know when it drops. And
we might make it. So. We'll just drop it like Apex Legends,
Oh yeah,
no brief, nothing. Just
we'll
drop
throw it out, and people will know.
Yep, 100%.
All right, well. Thank you for listening to Gray Matter Gains, and this has been Cole Wickham.
This has been Alex Peterson.
And take a look out for our next podcast.